it's so peaceful. So much more peaceful than last night when it seemed like there were about 20,000 kids running around. But unsurprisingly, I slept like a log last night here in Sphere Stranda. But it's time to get on with the last day. And unfortunately, shattered the piece a little bit. Sorry everybody, but it will be short. I'll be gone in a minute. But yeah, this is where I ended up. Kind of ironically, the place which I had earmarked as potential for the first night's stay. A little bit more expensive than I'd hoped, but it was quite nice. The bathrooms were very, very clean and modern. No pictures, I'm afraid. And last night, just after I checked in, got everything off, hung all the wet stuff up, a glorious rainbow pierced through the clouds right in front of my cabin above all of the chav boxes there. And it made me think that everything's going to be okay. That's not what it did. But it did look nice. I already thought everything's going to be okay. Because I'm going home, I've got a bunch of miles under my belt, get to go and see the lovely Mrs. Mancam again. Aww. In a minute, I get to throw the beeline in the sea. The route was just on there and now it's disappeared. One moment, caller. Oh, it keeps doing this, keeps dropping out of the route and I have to go in and start it again. Very frustrating. But the plan today is obviously to get to the ferry, but the ferry actually leaves in the morning, so I'll be quite relaxed about that. No need to rush. I've got until bedtime, basically. So the plan is 300 kilometers of as much Wrigley's as possible with a couple of little straight bits just to get some progress done. I mean, I say straight, this is Norwegian straight, like motorways by the fjords and the like. But also, early on in the day, just to round this off as much as possible, because yesterday was such an incredible washout, literally. Managed to find a little network of gravel roads just to the west of here, where hopefully I'm going to be able to take in 25 to 30 k's of gravelly road just to finally get some more dirt under the tyres and obviously put some more dirt on the bike because the rain washed it all off last night. Nobody's going to believe me. Oh. So to start off, it's a little blast in a westerly direction across these incredibly bumpy hilly roads, and then I'll try my luck one last time. Wow. Sorry mate, didn't mean to startle you. So enjoy the bendy hilly bits and think positive dirty thoughts. But no, hang on. That's not going to help me to keep your attention, is it? Just think positive, gravelly thoughts. Yeah, that'll stop you. There you go, it's working. A bit early though. Look at that, it really is working. We've gone straight onto the gravel already. Wasn't expecting this. Oh, nearly missed it. Look at that. This is where we need to go. No signs about being closed yet, but time will tell when we get to the toll gate. That's an automatic one, so how is that going to work? Who knows? But anyway, we are back on the gravel again. No, having said that, I think I might just go and see if there's some info on the sign so I can maybe pay this online, save myself a fine. God, I'm just chucking out the rhymes today. Word after word, and ain't none of them turd. Don't be absurd. I'm sure that you heard. Yeah, okay, I won't give up the day job. upark.no. So remember that, ladies and boys. I need to log on to upark. Remind me while I'm having my cup of tea later. Let's get on it. I have to get warmed into this different way of riding again first. After a whole day on tarmac yesterday, all concrete, 540 kilometres I covered by the end of the day yesterday. Incredible, despite all of the rain yesterday though, how dry it is already. This little dirty Segway should take me across about 25-30 kilometres of gravelly roads, assuming all of them are open. And the ones I've picked aren't private as well, that is a possibility. According to Beeline, that should take me about an hour. We've got the views going on. We're heading up this way. Climbing at a rapid pace as well. I'm going to take a left turn even further up the hill. We'll take a left. It's getting wetter when it's here in the shade. Gently cruise past these people on their Sunday morning. Because I've spectacularly managed to fall foul of exactly the same error that me and Ian made last year, which is that when you're on a bike trip, you lose track of what day it is, but you don't care, do you? You're not going to work. And today is Sunday, which means all the shops are shut. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get something to eat for dinner tonight from the petrol station later on. Well, one thing this whole trip so far, despite having most of the off-road stuff chopped out, it has showed me that I need to beef up my legs something chronic. Like this whole putting your weight on one leg on the outside really does stress the old thighs. My quads are on fire. And also, despite this being called my little adventure, this actually has nothing whatsoever to do with the Tet anymore. This is just me exploring. But it looks like, at this point at least, exploring has come to an end. So, to find out if I can go around. And for this exact eventuality, I've downloaded this app called Hvor, which allows you to download offline maps of lots of areas of Norway. But if I come all the way around here, I can either come around this way and join up with the route again, or I'll just find my way to a main road and carry on. So, I'm going to give myself an hour for a little bit of adventurising, and then after that, I'm just going to find the quickest way to a main road and get on with the ride. And in case you're wondering, I know I've said in the past I don't like putting phones on my handlebars because of vibrations and stuff, but this is my old phone, which does mean I don't really care if the camera gets knackered because I don't use it. Right then, let's go and see Just how lost I can get. There's lots of little trails and things that run off to the sides, but they're all dead ends, sadly. I'm not going to be smashing the crap out of the pace either. I'm out here, in the middle of nowhere on my own. I've just seen that there was no phone signal on that little area there where I just was, so I don't want to be getting into any trouble. Okay, so first I need to head off that way, take a right at the end. Okay, left takes me, I don't know, I think left is better, but right would be an option if left doesn't work. All roads lead to Rome, or closed barriers potentially. So crazy that in areas like this is the road. Oh, if I'd known. Could have just bombed around here for a couple of days, couldn't I? Lovely little secluded lakes and little waterfalls through the trees. A deer ran out in front of me this morning. I'm feeling very Disney. There's a flopped over sign. What does this sign mean? Well, I've got no internet, so I can't translate it, but never mind. I have also just seen that my ferry from tomorrow morning from Larvik has been cancelled. So that's good news. So now I need to go and get some phone signal, cancel my accommodation for tonight, and find something else nearer the place where I'm actually leaving from. That's somewhat disappointing. Right, can't read the sign, so I'm just going to take a left. Ooh. It's my old favourite, how this trip started. Double dab there. Hopefully we're not going to gain too much altitude and have too much issue with snow, because I don't like it! That's not much though, is it? It's just icy is the problem, because it's been rained on. So I'm going to walk this through. I don't want to end up on my face this close to the end of the trip, because the wheel at the front goes wherever the hell it wants, and the back, same story. Oh, hang on, not too far. And using the camber to my advantage for the U-turn. Oh, I'm learning, ladies and gents, I am learning. Right, easy does it. Softly, softly, catchy monkey. Okay, so here's the point where we were supposed to take that loop. So, we're going to see how gnarly it is and decide whether we want to give it a go. It's very loose and sandy here. Keeping the weight off the front. Keeping the speed up with the clutch. Oh, I've committed to this one now. No trouble. Oh, this is well worth the 5 or 10 euros that this toll road is going to cost me when I have to go home and pay for it. Awesome, look at that, back on the road we were on before. So it actually worked. Oh, if I could high-five myself, I would. Well, this is definitely more of exactly what I was hoping for this trip. It's a glorious ray of sunshine at the end, except for the cancelled ferry, of course. Oh, well, the rear view camera's died, which means that the head view one's going to be going any second now, so Looks like I've actually got some phone signal. So I'm going to go to the next high point, do some accommodation and ferry admin, figure out what the hell's going on. Well, the best laid plans of mice and men and all that. As soon as I stopped, the phone signal died. So I carried on a little bit. It came back, I had 2 bars, still couldn't make a phone call. But the biggest concern of all is that I've not got quite as much fuel as I thought. My whole plan of lightweight fueling has backfired a little bit because this has turned into more of a exploration than a route. So I'm down to 1 bar. Range tells me I've got 50 kilometers, but I'm not panicking just yet because I'm only 17 kilometers from the nearest town, so I think we'll be all right. But yeah, the adventure continues, and obviously the whole plan thrown out the window. As Mike Tyson famously said, everybody's got a plan till you get punched in the face. And with that first barrier, I got firmly punched in the chops, followed by a nasty gut punch with the cancelled ferries. But again, this is what makes it an adventure, so let's just keep adventuring. Look at that. Hello. That's the first friendly wave from the side I've had on the whole trip. I think this is the best day so far, which is always where it goes wrong, isn't it? You're riding high, everything's clicking, you're having the best day of your life, and then bang! Your petrol tank explodes or something equally as ridiculous. Although at least now I know that there are people that I can go begging to, cap in hand, if I need some petrol. And it also means they must have got up here some way, and they didn't come the way I came because there were no tyre tracks in that snow. Just kind of take away the feeling of adventure and wilderness though, doesn't it, when there's an old lady sitting having a cup of tea on her balcony as you ride past. Just when you were thinking that you're in the middle of the wilderness and you could potentially die out here. I was just counting in my head my chances because I've got 2 litres of water in my rucksack, another litre in the bag, I've got 2 battery packs, I've got an emergency sleeping bag. I was ready, guys, I was ready, but I'm not going to lie. I'm happy that I don't need to rely on any of that stuff. Tiny little step out there. Feels like it's massive, it's probably about 1 inch. Now, I don't want to taste the beer before it's in the glass, but I would say it's looking very much like we're coming to the end, down to civilization. That is an impressive one. There we go. That is the end of the toll road. You know, let me through or do I have to go around? There we go. Thank you very much, sir. What a view to finish. Deep in the valley. Back onto the tarmac. So that is that. That is the end of all of the off-roading that's going to be going on this trip. Unless there's any kind of random, sporadic gravel tracks that pop up on the way home, but I don't think so. So I thank you from the very bottom of my heart for watching this series so far, despite all of the gloom and the, well, failures, to be honest. Just utter failures. Failures in planning, failures in timing. failures in riding as well, I suppose. Oh, fuel lights come on. Perfect timing, my friend. I hope, regardless of all of that, you've enjoyed the little series. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed taking this bike and doing some of the stuff with it that you're supposed to be able to do with it. And I can say 100% I will be doing some more. I've really, really enjoyed it, and I really want to get better at it. And with that in mind, if you've got any tips, any hints, any comments, any notes on how I've been doing, gladly write them down below in the comments. Criticism is gladly taken on board. Otherwise, I'm going to find somewhere for us some fuel, something to eat, maybe a coffee. Completely throw all of my routing that I had for today out the window. I was really happy with the route that I put together. And plan a new route to the new ferry port that I now have to go to. After that, I'm going to head home for the rest of the ride. And then there's going to be another video during that ride where I'm going to talk to you about all of the gear that I've used, how I've found it, how it's performed, and anything that I have or maybe haven't learnt from this trip. So until next time, until the next adventure, I've been AndyManCam. This has been the quite simply awesome KTM 1090 Adventure S, no less, and you've been great for watching. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!